The roof of my jungle hut is basically a fence panel on top and a sheet of plastic underneath to stop the drips of water, because the fence panel wasn't entirely waterproof. And it's been very unsatisfactory, and what I've decided to do is to do a bit better job on it. So I've been putting these battens up, and the battens need to go against the existing plastic, because what happens, the water drops through and then you get a big bulge where the water is collecting. And how I've cured this in the past is to put these bamboos up there just to push the plastic so it's straight, but it's very unsatisfactory, and it just looks horrible. So what I've decided to do is to have something ornamental on the top, and I saw this on Temu. It's about £7 a shower curtain, and it's obviously going to be waterproof, and I thought I'd just tack one of these on, but I had to put the battens on first so it's got something that I can actually staple it to, and I thought it'd be a bit more attractive than the bit of an eyesore of my previous efforts. Any condensation that collects on the top side of the curtain can run down and run out of the holes where you're supposed to put the curtain rail in, and hopefully this will give it a bit of drainage. One of my favourite flowers in the garden is the passion flower, or the passiflora, and they've done really well this year. They're actually spectacular, some of the colours, and we're trying to grow the red one. We've been growing it from seed, but it's not quite ready to do something with it yet. And this year our blue one has produced some fruit. Now they look like this at the moment. You can't really eat them when they're green like this. They're quite toxic, give you a tummy upset when they're green. And in the UK, I very often don't reach a full ripening because there isn't enough sun to turn them ripe. And when they're ripe, they go a sort of orangey, yellowy colour. The skins become quite sort of hard and wrinkly, but the actual fruit itself is soft. But even if you do try one, these type, they're quite bitter and not really very palatable. We've been buying some new plants, and we got this Missonono from AV Plants, which is a new nursery to us. It's up towards Peterborough area, and it's quite near Jersey Cottage and Swine's Meadow, so you can make a day of it if you fancy visiting the nursery. We've also picked up this absolutely wonderful Strobilanthes mastersi. We got this one from Jersey Cottage. They're quite rare, and they're related to the Persian Shield, the purple variety, and they've got this magnificent leaf. Really is incredible. Both of these plants have got to be treated like a house plant. They can't withstand any frost at all and have to be brought in the winter, sort of minimum 5 to 10 degrees. Now, one plant that doesn't have to be brought in and it's fully hardy in the UK is this Calycanthus, and this is the Hartley Swine variety, and they get quite big. We wanted it to hide some bins out the front. We've got yet another recycling bin, and we've got a long line of them. Hopefully this will help to hide them and give us these sort of wonderful crimson flowers. All parts of the plant are poisonous, so be very careful, especially of the seeds. Now, this plant, Tuna sinensis, we fell in love with this. I think we saw it at Hyde Hall when it was in flower, and we thought we must get one of those. And they've got this wonderful foliage. We managed to pick one up from RHS Wisley at a pretty good price, and I'm so excited about this. Trying to get this a good place in the garden. We'll have to move some stuff, I think, to give it pride of place. Now this one, Sambucus edulis, it's quite a rare plant, and it's not a shrub. It's kind of like a perennial, but they spread by suckers underground. So I think I'm going to keep this in a pot. Apparently they're quite tough, but they are a little bit on the invasive side, so best to be careful, I think, in my rather small garden.